Hi everybody, Tammy here. I'm here with Ellowyne, and she is modeling this adorable little boxy crop top. This is a free pattern. Check out the URL below. I'm going to have it uploaded as free to pick up over on my blog, but I'm getting ready to show you guys how to make it. And yeah, you're going to need some fabric, obviously. You need something for lining and then something for the outside. It is lined. Here is an example. And I just have these big snaps. I'm lazy, so I just got snaps that are probably a tad bigger than I would normally use for this size doll, and I just put one right in the back. So obviously you're going to need thread to go with your fabric, and you know, the regular notions, scissors, sewing machine, an iron, all that good stuff, all the typical regular stuff you're going to need. But definitely it's lined, so you want to make sure you have something kind of neutral for the inside and something for the outside. Again, here's an example. It's lined on the inside, and then this is on the outside. All right, so let's do some sewing together. All right, so I have pinned my pattern on. One pattern piece should be on the fold. The other pattern piece you need to cut two of. Make sure that you pay attention to your fabric orientation. This particular fabric I'm using is kind of orientated so stuff's all over the place. But if you have a pattern on your fabric that has a top and a bottom, be cognizant that the top, you know, this is laying in the correct direction. Like I said, it's not an issue for the fabric I'm using here. And now I'm going to cut these out. Alrighty, I have cut out my pattern pieces. Here is the, that's just going to be the inside, the lining. This is going to be the outside. You're going to place your fabric pieces right sides together and then pin up here at the shoulder area. And I use 1/4 inch seam allowance on this, so when I go to my sewing machine, I'm going to stitch a 1/4 inch across here, and then same thing here, and same thing here and here. So that's what you're going to do. All right, so I stitched up the shoulders. Typically I would use matching thread, but this is going to be on the inside, and I'm too lazy to switch out my thread. So the shoulders are all together, all stitched up. Now we're going to lay these pieces out, and actually before I pin them together, I recommend taking an iron and just pressing out. You can finger press these as well, but I think it's a good idea to kind of flatten out the seams here a little bit. Just take your iron and press that some down here, and then down here and down here. Once you get them pressed, then you're going to put these together right sides, whoops, right sides together, okay? So I'm going to press, pin, and be right back. Alrighty, so I did the pressing, and I have both pieces facing each other. Okay, and I have pinned, and now I'm going to go back to my machine. I'm going to use, again, with the 1/4 seam allowance, I'm going to stitch right around the sleeve areas from here to here and here to here, and then I'm going to start down here, stitch down, turn around all the way around here, stop here, and go all the way down here. I'm not going to stitch the bottom, and I'm not stitching the sides yet, okay? The reason for that is because we're going to turn this inside out next. There's not only one way actually to construct this once you cut the pattern out. This is the way I put it together, and it works for me. So like I said, I'm going to start down here, go down, go around the neck, go down here. I'm going to stitch around the sleeve areas for a 1/4 inch seam allowance for all of that, and I'll be right back. Alright, I did my stitching all the way around, and just, you don't have to do this, but I find that when I'm doing the curvy parts here, if I make my stitch length a teeny bit smaller than normal, it does help me make those curves, and of course I go super duper slow. So the next thing I'm going to do is trim trim right around the curvy part. Take a pair of scissors very carefully, because you need it to be able to pull. So you just right up against that, making sure you don't cut what you just stitched. I'm going to cut little pieces like that all the way around. I'm going to do it all the way around here and all the way around the arm areas. Alright, so like I said, I did trim, just cut in a little bit around the curved areas. And now I'm going to turn it inside out. You can use hemostats. I tend to use these pair of pliers. I go through here, grab a piece, pull it through, do it carefully. It does take a little patience. I got them both pulled through. Now I take a, you can take your choice, use your choice of little tools here. I like to use the blunt end of a bamboo crochet hook and just kind of push the corners around a little bit. So I'm going to do that on the other side as well, and then spray it with some water and press it on again with my iron. I have turned it inside out and I pressed it. You can see once you turn it inside out, it's going to look kind of crazy, so you really have to press it before you go on to the next step. So the next step after that is I'm going to put the seams together and pin them. Again, you're doing right sides together. Oop. See, I need to press that a little bit more, but I'm going to keep going. But yeah, see, that's why you press it. That way it's got it finishes off and fits together better that way. Again, 1/4 inch seam allowance from here to here, from here to here, and then I'll be back. All right, I stitched up the sides, and now the next step I'm going to do is, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's something I do is I'm going to change the presser foot on my machine and do a zigzag stitch down here, a zigzag stitch down here, and then I'm going to just flatten it out here and do a zigzag stitch from here to here. By the way, while I've got you, please make sure you hit the like button down there, give us a thumbs up, and make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. When you do that, you will help support my channel and you'll get more content sent out to you. So yeah, let me do some zigzaggies and I'll be right back. All right, so I've done my zigzag down the sides. I've done my zigzag all the way across, and the next thing to do is hem it up. We're very close to finishing. I turn it over because because the zigzag has finished the edges. I just turn it over one time, about 1/4 inch. You can, if you want, use your iron and sort of press this down to make sure that it is accurately 1/4 inch before you go and hem it. But basically, yeah, you're going to fold it over 1/4 inch, pin it, and then hem it all the way down, and then you'll be ready to put the snap on and it'll be done. All right, I've got it all sewn up. Now I just have to put on my snap. You could also put Velcro on the back, you know, or hooks or buttons or whatever floats your boat. Somehow you need to make sure that it closes in the back is all I'm saying. So as you can see with these, I went ahead and I used a snap on these just because it's what I had. By the way, you could also do some top stitching if you want. I did not do that with this one, but if you want to make it fancy, you could do some top stitching here. You could do it around the sleeves. You could add embellishments. There's a lot you could do with this. So by the way, this little outfit is using fabric from the Doll Apothecary, giving a little plug there to Creative 404. She sent me that fabric and I made that cute little outfit. And this skirt, by the way, I'm using the same basic formula that I do for my Blythe dolls. So if you want to learn to sew for your Blythe doll and just learn some basic doll sewing techniques in general, I recommend checking out my Blythe Sewing Basics playlist. I use the same, I have a tutorial on how to make an elastic waist skirt for Blythe dolls. It's the same technique that I used for this. I just made it bigger. I used 7 inches of elastic for her, and this little piece here was 6 inches this way by 13 inches this way, a 13 by 6 inch rectangle to make this little skirt. So, and you can see, like, I can actually use this and she has another outfit she can wear with this. So, so yeah, I hope you found that helpful. Like I said, I'll have a link down below with the free pattern that you can pick up and yeah, and use it and let me know what you think about it. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Thanks for stopping by and doing a little dolly sewing with me. Have a wonderful dolly day. Bye bye.